my name is Sally. I am the founder and learning designer from Digital Dolphin Academy, where we advocate learning culture for personal and organizational growth. Welcome, everyone, to our next episode of In Conversation with the Leading Ladies. This is a program where we speak to distinguished professionals who excel in their own profession. So we'll hear stories about their career journey. So by doing so, we hope to inspire all of you out there towards finding your own path towards personal mastery. Today, I'm so honored to be speaking to this lady called Dr. Venus Dannen, all the way from Bangkok, Thailand. Dr. Venus is an English conversation and oral presentation lecturer from the King Mongkut University of Technology in Thailand. She has a PhD in the management, and she has been in the education industry for more than 20 years. We're going to explore her challenges, her perspective, and her stories about expanding her careers in a different country. Let's see Dr. Venus' story. Welcome, Dr. Venus Dannen. So glad to have you on the show. So we are here to talk about your experience as a woman in your role, especially that you are you're doing it not from your home country. So that's something I think that I would never be able to do. Okay, so let's just start with the first question. Yeah, how do you explain to a 7-year-old kid about what you do now?
Thank you so much, Sally, for the opportunity. Talking with a 7-year-old kid will always be interesting, exciting, and also full of curiosity. So how I'm going to explain to a 7-year-old kid what I'm doing right now is to let them know that I am someone who is as curious as them, wherein what I'm doing right now is to really ask and know. The first thing is that what do people or what is that 7-year-old kid loves to do, what they are enjoying to do. Because as a coach and also as an educator, the very first thing that I'm doing is to tap on the strength of one person, of any individual who is learning with me. So that's the very first thing that I do. The second one, my curiosity is, what would you like to know more? And with that, as a personalized learning educator or as someone who designs someone's pathway, personalized pathway, that I'm very curious to know what they want to know more. And that is because I can guide them to which way they could go or they could take, what training they could take, so that they will be able to find out or they will be able to enjoy, to discover what they want to know more, like how to give them the best support system. So that is what I'm doing right now.
Right, interesting. So I've been reading a lot about personalized or individualized learning because everybody learn at a different pace, and then it's not fair to force everybody into the same path. So that's very interesting what you're doing, and you get to do that on a daily basis. So just jumping back into the personalized coach or educator, can you share a little bit of your backstory? How do you first become interested in this role specifically?
When I came to Thailand, where I'm based right now, and when I did my master's and my PhD, it's like, it's a little bit different. And as an educator, I noticed that some of the students I'm learning as well could do more when I'm not going to follow strictly the curriculum, or at least do something else, not really on a very straight path. And that's when I really got interested into being into the system of, okay, how about I join an organization or at least a community who believes in the same system, that people can also be successful or learners or students. And when we are saying students, not only the young kids, it could be someone who is also older than me or older than you, who also want to still discover themselves. And that is when we come up, or when I really got very interested into the system of personalized or individualized way of learning.
Excellent. Excellent. It's interesting that you mentioned that when we were in school, it's all very rigid, right? This is what you have to do. There's no option. But as I have a daughter, so I watch the way she learn. So she is the kind of student or learners that is very allergic when she's being forced to do.
Mm.
But when she is encouraged to do it, then it become her choice. So when she made her choice of what she want to do, how she want to do it, how she want to learn it, then she became very engaged, and then she did actually better in that kind of environment. So it's a totally different now. I guess with the digital landscape that we have, with so much of information out there, it give more opportunity for the learners, especially the young one. Of course, the adult one is included, but the young one to really determine what they're really interested in. I'm sidetracking a bit, but I find it very interesting. Yeah, like TikTok. There's so many ways that you can use TikTok. You can use it for to waste hours and hours of your time by watching videos, funny videos, and stuff like that. But there are a lot more educational stuff that you learn from TikTok, but it's not a very structured approach. So when you are so rigid, learning from TikTok can be quite overwhelming, because it's just like boom, you're being bombarded with information by information. But if you are smart enough to know what you want to learn, how you want to learn it, that's where you get more information outside the formal education that we have right now. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. So I want to jump into a bit more the path that you are on right now. You're from the Philippines, and then now
Yes.
you're based in Thailand. So, but what I wanted to know is, what are the driving factors that led you to seek opportunities or expand your career outside your home country?
Going out of my home country is actually, it started with some personal reasons, which also, like, sometimes there are times wherein we better go somewhere else to heal, or maybe to find ourselves more and to get better. And that's when I moved to Thailand. It was supported by my family, by the way. I got the
Okay.
support of moving here to Thailand. And then I fell in love with Thailand. It's been 15 years here.
15
So
years.
it's great.
Wow.
Yes, yes.
So it's not kind of something that you actually plan to do, but sort of organically you go towards that, and then you
Mm,
found that you fell in love with the country, just like you
yes.
mentioned. All right. So then the personal life, or the personal aspect, is there because you have your network, or your second family, as you rightfully say it. But then when we talk about the career, workplace, growth, one of the things that we always talk about is building your professional network.
Mm.
Yeah, so it is quite a crucial part of growing into your career. So how did you go about building this professional network? And then, is there any memorable experience that you would like to share with me, and also with our audience?
Building professional network is our number one asset when we move to another country. I could say that for myself. That is how we become very competitive, or at least we have that confidence of, like, saying, I can survive in this place, or wherever you put me, wherever I go, I'll be able to survive. And that is first and foremost, to really build your professional network. And a very nice experience that I have, that I would really like to share to everyone, is to find a community who can support you. First, to let you be able to freely share what you have, your skills, your talents, to enhance it. And second, to support you to grow better. And I would like to mention it here because I'm also very proud of that community because it really helped me a lot. It's Toastmasters International. It's a public speaking or a communications and leadership organization. And it really helped me a lot. When I got into that community, the community is there to really support me. And I could say it's almost like a family as well that I have in a professional setting.
Yeah.
And I can say that it has really helped me. That connection I got inside really helped me to escalate my career.
Nice. So this Toastmaster International that you mentioned, so it's not it's a mixture of local and also expatriate community where you were based then in Thailand. All right, interesting. So you learn something, you enhance your communication skill and you build your professional network through the organization. Excellent. And then my next question, yeah. Uh, in what way does this experience of working abroad have contributed to your personal growth and broaden your perspective as compared if you stay in Philippines and do the same role?
I could say that first is I've proven to myself that I can do more outside of the country because of course everything is totally different. Back home it's like a little, I could say, of course there's also competition over there. But then I could say here in Thailand or outside of my home country, I could say that there's more that you can do, that you can offer. Because for example, like in the Philippines, like you are competing with this group of people, and then you know so well how to play with it, with that competition to be able to be up there. But here in Thailand, there are many other elements. You are not just competing with locals, with your fellow Filipinos as well, but many other nationalities, including, of course, the other culture. So it's like, oh, okay, it's a combination of all. And you put everything in there, your skills, professional skills, also your other like soft skills, and many other things that you can put together so that you will be able to really compose yourself and offer yourself that you're worth it, you're valuable in that community or here in Thailand where I am right now.
Right. So is it correct if I summarize it as in uh because it's a different setup altogether compared back home, you were forced to work harder, and because of this, you become much better in terms of your overall growth from communication, from your leadership, from experience, and the fact that there's the multinational people involved. So it gives you a deeper or richer experience compared to just
Yes,
competing against your fellow countryman or
country,
woman.
yes.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
also, and one thing is to prepare yourself better and even more.
Right. So you expect it to be harder, hence your expectation is more. So all the preparation that you do is almost double than if you were back home. Uh, so that kind of push you towards greater things, prepare you towards bigger challenges, and you can. I assume that I know you're quite petite, but you can take over the world. You you can take whatever that people push to you, right? Excellent.
Yes.
That's so interesting. And then another thing that I want to touch is about gender equality. I don't know much about the Thai culture, but do you think it's harder for women like yourself to build career in a different country, especially in Thailand? And if you think there is or not, can you give us a specific challenges that only women would face?
For that one, in my personal experience, I could say that women are treated equally with men. We can compete equally. For my experience, at least when I came here, I never really experienced like, oh, because I'm a woman, that's why I cannot get this position, or I'm a woman, that's why I cannot get that opportunity. So I could say that in a broader perspective, it actually depends. It
Mm.
actually depends. Like, it doesn't really matter what's our gender. Well, for me, that's my personal perspective. Doesn't really matter who we are, but it also depends the environment we're going. So, for example, it so happened I come here to Thailand. I'm a woman, but then I also prepared myself well to be able to compete with men and fellow women. And I'm happy also to say that I was given that opportunity to get into a position that men normally holds and
Oh,
be able to work with a team of men who
wow.
supports me. So I am here and we have four different men working over here and the support system was there. So I could say that's a personal experience. I could say that it's not really that difficult as a woman if you know your value and if you really prepare yourself. So it's about self preparation and how you really uphold yourself being a woman. But also, I could say that, of course, it's also different in different perspectives. For example, if we go to a country wherein maybe the position is only for men, so there's no way, or it's little rather difficult to compete as a woman. But let's just be fair as well. That there are also circumstances wherein only women can get it, or it's easier for women to get it, and it's difficult for men to get in. So it's like that. But that's my experience so far. The
Right.
treatment is very, very, very okay, and I enjoy the privilege of being supported by men.
Excellent, excellent. It's interesting because there's a lot of people talking about gender equality, about giving more opportunity to women, women being paid less or being discriminated. But so far, I've spoken to a few women in respective roles, a different. I mean, like in a man. Typically a male dominated profession, all of them said almost a similar thing. Personally, they don't experience the gender discrimination except like the toilet stuff, the normal biological stuff. Um, so is it a matter of our perspective, the way we are, what we are capable of, that actually determine uh, how we're being treated? What we put out there is what we are getting back. Did you agree with that?
Yes, I totally agree with that. It's how we show ourselves that people can value us as well. So if
Excellent.
you can say, I'm a woman, but I can do this. So definitely, and we can find men who will support you at the back or who will also lead you in front.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, but for me personally, I also have the similar experience like you. I never felt that because I'm a woman, I was discriminated, or I was being disqualified to be considered to certain position. Even though my superior or my bosses are male, so it all boils down to what you project, how you project yourself, and merit. If you're credible for the job, if you ask for the job, if you dare ask for the job, that shows something, right? If you're being timid and being,
Mm,
secretly hoping and praying to be considered for the role, maybe you wouldn't get it.
yes.
Yeah. For Malaysian that I know, not many of us are, considering going outside. Of course, but not as much as compared to Philippines or any other countries. Going outside, going abroad uh, for expanding the careers. So for other women who, especially the young one who was thinking that maybe they want to start working abroad and considering similar path to what you are doing right now, what are practical advice that you have for them? What should they consider before even making the leap?
Before making the leap, is to first ask ourselves as women or as someone or anyone who wants to go abroad. First is to ask yourself what do you really want? Where do you really want to go? Because it starts from there. If you go somewhere else without any reasons why or without understanding what you really want in your life, then it would really be challenging. So, for example, just said, oh, I'll buy a ticket because let's see what will happen there in Thailand or maybe what will happen there in Malaysia. And I come to Malaysia and I don't know what to do. I don't know what I want. Then it would be really challenging. That's when we say, oh, going abroad is really very challenging. But then before we buy ticket or before we fly and we say, hey, I really want to go there and perhaps experience first the coffee or maybe see how people live there and then see how I can expand my opportunities there or see how I can grow in that community, then you can see a lot of opportunities. Actually, it's the perspective that we have. So if you're someone who really wants to develop yourself outside of your home country, then create that opportunity for you.
Ah,
And I do admire you if you really take that chance of instead of like asking yourself, can I do it? Or what will happen? Just do it. And I trust that you can. You will be able to find yourself and contribute to that wherever community you're going.
excellent, excellent. So, what are some qualities or characteristic that you need to prepare when that you find it valuable for you that you have when you started your journey in starting your career abroad?
First is being open-minded. Be very open-minded. Like for example, we say that, oh, this is what I'm doing at home. Should I be doing it here? Like, be open-minded, like what people are there. Let's just open your eyes, be observant, and see how you can blend in. That goes to the second quality, being flexible and adaptable. Yes,
Right.
because if we go to another country, it's not just of course, we are bringing our own culture to that community, but at the same time, really have to be flexible to do what the others are doing as well. Of course, if it's for our good, and be smart, of course, if you know that it's a good thing to do or it's not really a good thing to do. Those are the things that I could say. Being number one is being open-minded. Second is be flexible and be adaptable. And yes, enjoy learning and enjoy seeing life.
Enjoy
How it
exploring
unfolds.
the new countries.
Yes.
I'm sure you did that. So I can see that you really enjoy your experience there. Okay, so this is my last question for you tonight. When you look back at your career path, what do you hope to be remembered for, and in terms of the impact that you have made in the industry that you're in, and also the life that of the people that you have touched so far?
I could say that is being able to be courageous and also being able to share. Number one, I could say in my career is number one, to be able to share what I'm good at. So always, always, always be proud of what you're good at. Some people say that, what am I good at? There is always something that you're good at, and acknowledge it by sharing it.
Right.
And the second one is to be able to learn. Always be open to learn, because being open to learn will really give you a lot of opportunities to do better and to also escalate your career path.
Excellent, excellent. So be open to learning, yeah, and it doesn't stop. Learning doesn't stop when you finish your a degree or master or whatever. It continues. So be open to learning. That's a very good impact, Dr. Venus. Okay, so thank you for sharing your time. Thank you for your story. Very interesting to see and to learn what you have done so far. So one last message from you, Dr. Venus, to all the ladies, the young ladies who's watching this program in conversation with the leading ladies. Your last word.
To all leading ladies, first lead yourself. That's the only way we can lead others. And I trust that there is always something that you can do for yourself and for your community. Go, ladies.
All right. Thank you so much again for spending
Thanking
time
you
with us.
more for the
Really
opportunity.
interesting to hear your story, and it's very inspirational to see you, because again, you're such a tiny person, but you have a big heart, and you're so courageous. I can see a few patterns from the half an hour that we spoke. It's all about being open-minded, being flexible, and being prepared. Understand why you're doing something and get yourself prepared 3 or 4 times as you normally would. Such an inspiration for me personally. So I hope everybody is watching this have enjoyed the session in conversation with the leading ladies tonight, with our guest, Dr. Venus Dannen. Thank you so much, and see you again.
Thank you.
Okay.